Hey guys, welcome to a movie review. It's strange doing a movie review, but whatever. The movie came on Disney Plus just now. Just watched it, and that's Artemis Fowl. Artemis Fowl is a movie based off a children's novel, and this is a film that's supposed to come to theaters, I think around this time, but because of the pandemic, it came straight to Disney Plus, and I was actually quite curious to see this movie, and I'm actually an Artemis Fowl fan as a child because I read some of the books when I was in elementary school, and I actually quite enjoyed the Artemis Fowl novels, and I thought it could be a cool idea and maybe a good movie and stuff. And it's directed by Kenneth Branagh. I love Kenneth Branagh. I think he's a great filmmaker. I think he's pretty underappreciated at times, but I do love his work. I love his Shakespeare movies and the first Thor and Cinderella. I think he's a very good filmmaker, and yeah, I was curious to see Artemis Fowl. The movie stars Fredia Shaw, Colin Farrell, and Judi Dench and stuff. And again, it's directed by Kenneth Branagh. It's about this like criminal genius who's like this little kid named Artemis Fowl, and he like kidnaps this fairy to like take the fairy's powers and like save his family and stuff. That's like kind of the gist of the story, though. Going into too much spoilers, but this movie, again, it looked good from the trailers. I don't think it looked great, but I had a sneaking suspicion it might not be that great. It might be like another Inkheart, the one with Brendan Fraser and stuff, or City of Ember with Bill Murray. I wasn't a big fan of those movies, and I thought I'd probably go under that like level of mediocrity with those films. But as it turns out, it isn't the level of mediocrity like those films, because those films actually have some creativity in it. This film has nothing. This movie is just absolute shit. It's just a fucking garbage movie. It's just a really bad film. It doesn't work as a film. It's not compelling or interesting. It has terrible visuals, horrible characters, and it goes absolutely nowhere interesting. It doesn't follow the source material really well. And I think it's building up to like it's going to have more movies, and it's never going to make any more movies because no one's going to ever want to see a sequel to this piece of shit because it's a fucking bad movie. It's really bad. The child actor's terrible. Colin Farrell is terrible. Kenneth Branagh's a great filmmaker, but his direction was terrible. Horribly structured. A terribly executed film. The shots were lazy. The music sucked. The characters were lame. Just the action was bad, and the editing was sloppy. Everything about this movie was a complete utter failure. I think it's one of the worst films I've seen this entire year. And I saw Doolittle, and that was a trash film. So this is probably the worst kids movie. This is worse than Doolittle and Trolls Rock Tour. I think that was called. Yeah, I saw the Trolls movie. Never reviewed it, but I hated it. But yeah, this is it's a bad movie. It's a really bad movie. I can't really recommend it. It's disappointing because I love Kenneth Branagh, and I know he can do good like kids movies. Like he did Cinderella. That was a great movie. I don't know. I was very disappointed. Maybe like the studio like stopped him from making certain choices. I don't know what happened with this movie, but it's a mess. It's clustered. It doesn't make sense a lot of the time. There's comedy that's painful. The story is non-existent. It's horribly written. None of these actors look like they gave two flying shits that they're in this movie. It's dreadful. I thought everything about it was a complete failure. I didn't like a single thing in this movie. I was waiting every second for it to end, and I'm glad it did because it was shit. I thought Scoob was bad, and I thought Doolittle was bad. I thought those were really awful films, some of the worst of the year, but this is miles worse than both of them, which is shocking. I think it's one of the worst films of the entire year. It's a trash film, and I'm glad this wasn't the movie to bring back the cinemas. I think Bill and Ted might be the movie, or Wonder Woman, movies I'm looking forward to more of seeing, but not a good film. I'll give Artemis Fowl on a scale of 1 to 10. I'm gonna give it a 1 out of 10. It's a really bad film, and I highly don't recommend it. So yeah. In the comment section below, please tell me what is your favorite movie directed by Kenneth Branagh. I think this is his worst, but his best is Much Ado About Nothing. His Shakespeare movie is one of my favorites. Dead Again's an underrated film. Very good movie. Same with Henry V, but Much Ado About Nothing. That's my favorite. But what is your favorite Kenneth Branagh movie? Give me your thoughts and opinions. Comment below. Let me know. And as always, for this video, please subscribe to the channel and join the dark side.